look at that. Isn't that sweet? Hey guys, Rich from Over the Fender Garage. Well, there it is. It is painted. And man, it came out awesome. Let's take a look here. Look at that thing glow. Wow. It is sweet. Very, very little dust in it, which is a good thing here. All the boo-boos are fixed. It's my little blend out area. Came out real nice. And then my other little boo-boo here. Look at that. This is dirt. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So now the fun part comes. I'm starting to put her all back together. Look at that. Wicked. Wicked. So now we've got to come in here. We've got to clean up all this. I still have to take the hood off to fix that. Clean up all this, a little bit of spray mist. No matter how good you tape something, it doesn't matter. It'll still get down in there, but it comes off pretty easy. But yeah, there's the tailgate. Got to put it on and check it for color, but it should be good. And there is the bumper and the cowl panel on the rear valance. Oof, wow. I got to work already putting my license plate thingy on here for the hidden hitch. But man, all of it came out sweet. There's the mirrors. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. So all this is ready to go back together. I started doing the rear valance because I want to get the bed put together here. But man, it looks killer. So now it's just time to put it back together without scratching it. It's usually the fun part. Got to be careful of everything. The bed, I'm kind of undecided. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Maybe if I put a clear coat on it, it would look good. But I might just end up painting the sides so it matches better. But it's not bad. Maybe if I just painted it black, because this is kind of a gray color. So maybe if I just painted it black, I don't know, I'll have to try a couple things on it. But that's not a big deal. That's easy. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this valance on so I can get the tailgate on. See, I had to cut a notch here, and I forgot to do it before I painted it. But I got to have the notch here to get to this lower bolt because there's no way to get to that lower bolt. So I tried many different ways while I was doing the mock-up. So I ended up having to cut this hole here to get the ratchet up there. Otherwise, you can't tighten it. So that's done. So all we're gonna do is slap this stuff on here. Oh, I gotta do the filler neck too. And it's ready to be bolted down. So that'll be fun. But man, she looks killer. I love it. The next thing to do is get it out of the booth after I get that on there so I can get to work on the dash. That stuff all ready to go. But man, I love it. Whew, jeez. I think I'm gonna take my door handles and I'm gonna paint the door handles the same color as the truck. I'm gonna clean them up, scuff them up, and paint them the same color red. Make them disappear. Should look really slick that way. But let's get on doing some assembly here. Yes, I can't wait to get on upholstery. Oh yeah, here, while I'm thinking about it. Well, we're talking upholstery real quick. Let's walk on over here. Look at that. Whoo. All my hides are here. So we can start doing some leather work and get on that upholstery. Beautiful hides. Look at that. 5 hides, more than enough. But yep, so we're gonna get that out so we can start doing this. All right, because I'm gonna make a mold of this dash before I do anything. So I gotta get on that. It's not a big deal. Other than that, it's just assembly. Assembly, assembly, assembly. So let's get on to some assembly. We are going to stick on this door handle here, the lock mechanism. So I've taken and sprayed anti-corrosive on the back and all the moving areas so this won't start rusting or anything. Stick this in here. And that is a anti-corrosive. It's also body shop safe. So you can spray it around something you're gonna paint. I wouldn't get it on it, but it is body shop safe, so the mist isn't like WD-40 or something that's gonna screw up your paint job. Oh, come on. there, get in there. That's, yuck. And then that is a special Phillips bit made for these door screws. So it's a good thing to have. They're cheap, only like $2 or $3. And it fits in those, most of them. It's supposed to fit all the way down there, but some of them it won't. Like this top one I've got here doesn't quite fit all the way in it, but all the rest, it fits all the way down inside of it. But it works better than trying to use a regular Phillips. All right, this is all. Working. Whee! All right, nice new ones. Now, next thing here, go wipe my hands. That stuff will keep stuff from rusting. So inside the doors, if you do down at the bottom of the doors and stuff like that, it'll keep it all from rusting. But like this, you have one of these older Chevy trucks and the doors don't work right, check this. Make sure that's sliding. Because if this doesn't slide right, the doors won't work right. So you gotta lube that thing up so it moves nice and smooth. Doors should work good. Oh, let's see here. With my wrench, there it is. There you go. And put one in here in the top. It's not flopping around. That. I'll run these in. This has got 2 shims on each one from the factory. So that's simple. All this stuff is the original stuff, so it's going back together real easy on this part. I do need new bolts. Thought I had bolts, but I'll have to change these out later. Not a big deal. Test it. Do 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 do. It's low. Still a little low. Pulling it down just as it gets inside. Beautiful. Look at that. All right, that is done. Go stick the front bumper on it. Put this headlight in, stick this all together. These little plastic things go inside. I just found that out on the passenger side, but they go inside like that. Then we put a screw in them, like so. Then there's a little spring. Little spring goes down in the hole. I'm so glad the GMC and the Chevy are the same inner structure. Makes this switch over real easy. All right, now, next thing is some wires. Need me some wires. Where are your wires? All right. We got parking light and light. Oh, that's the horn. You don't want to hook the horn up to the light. Whoops. And that's the turn. Okay, so we got low beam and high beam right here. Put that inside. So, cut these ones off about right there. Strip that end. Slide on a shrinky dink. Always heat shrink all your electrical. One on that one. One on this one. Always get yourself in a habit of either slide the shrink tube on, then cut the wire, or cut the wire, put the shrink on there. That way you never forget it. You do the same thing, repeat it over and over and over. I have my wire crimpers here. You notice the red piece of tape. When you're doing small wires like this, and you're using the small barrels, I barrel fit everything. I don't tie the wires together and do the loop-de-loops. I do this. I put these crimps on everything. So when I have it marked, I have this as, because that's the one you use the most. So I have the red tape, and there's a split in this barrel. There's a little groove inside these pliers on the top jaw. And that's, when you put it, I don't know if the I have no idea if the camera will pick that up, but you see the split, and you crimp it, and release it, and see, that's how you get that really nice crimp. It's flat on the back, got the crimp inside the split, and they hold really good. But I use these on everything. If it's something like the computer or engine, I'll take it and I'll do this, and I'll solder them too. But because this is just headlights, general wiring, I just do it this way. The reason I do it on an engine, because you don't want to have problems with your wiring on the engine. That can get too hard to track down. So it's just a good idea to solder all those. These not so much, because you can find them. They're right here in the open. You see that? Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, now, this is my headlight. I will make this about that long and cut this off here. Red is high beam, which is the green wire. Come on. Not everybody's color coordinated like it should be. See, I noticed right away that my pliers are wrong. Flip it over. That piece of tape helps a lot when you're doing this. Go back. See, look at that. Beautiful. And then green is the low beam. Just like that. There we go. And then this is the ground. Take a little ground eye. Stick your little ground eye on there. Come on, quit dancing. Boom. Just like that. All right, now that part is done. Put that inside there. I'm not heat shrinking them right now because I have these wires to hook up, and those got to be done from the inside. So I'm going to take the light cover off here. Get that out of the way. Now I need a headlight bucket. And remember, in the state of California, do not lick them. It can cause you cancer, but only in California. Everybody else can lick it and eat it. It'll be fine. Sticker says right here. So, Now, we've got that one and that one. There's a hole right here that spring goes into. And yes, they're sharp. Already bit me once here. Get into the screw. Ow! Okay, bit me twice. Oh, damn. Sharp. Little tiny hammer. Just sit right there. Well, go in there. Get in there. There it goes. Use the hammer because I don't want to get cut anymore. The things are sharp. All right, there's the headlight bucket in there. Now, for the headlight, stick this in here. Look at that, look at that. Woohoo! All right, now. Oh, where'd my razor blade go again? Uh-oh, uh-oh. We're almost ready for the bumper. Let's see. That one, that one, that one. Nope. That one, that one, that one. Oh, looks like it is. All right. Now the screws they sell with it don't work, so I got to use different screws. Which is fine. Just make sure it's level. Ish. All right, I can't really tell. All right, look at that. Woo. All right. Looks good, looks good. take a gander at that. Is that not the coolest? Oh yeah. That is probably about as far as I'm going to take anything right now on the body. We'll let this cure up a little while. I don't like to wet sand and polish right away. You get dieback on your polish. So let that sit there, shrink up, because they all shrink. So it'll shrink up. Any scratches will start showing up as it shrinks. But it looks good. I'm extremely pleased with it. Mirrors look killer on it. Bumpers look killer on it. The valance looks killer. So, look at that. Sweet. Sweet. Got the filler in, all that kind of stuff. So kind of right now what I'm working on, I'm making the top piece of the wheel tub there for both sides. And I am going to jump on making a few interior pieces. I got my last fit on that back panel. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. This is the back panel. We're going to cut out right here. This is where my seat comes up. The other seat comes up. And what I'm going to take is probably about this area here is where I'm looking at, is to make the back for this. And kind of make it look like a seat. So it's seat, seat, seat when you look inside the truck. So that should be pretty cool. And I'm thinking maybe I might do some sort of like a Velcro pouch here. Piece of Velcro, Velcro on there. So you can get access in here. Both sides, maybe. I'm undetermined on that, but I think that might be what I do. Because it'd be nice to be able to carry a fire extinguisher and just stuff like that. General stuff for breakdowns, just, you know, the basics. It's always nice to have the basics in your vehicle. And what I'm doing in here is I have the dash ready to go. I'm going to take and I'm going to make the mold of this. I did the primer and the body work and all that kind of stuff. Same as always. You've seen how that's all done. I'm going to use my wheel tub to make my inner. I'm just going to take a piece of fiberglass right over top of this. I'm going to mold it in there. That'll give me my top half and my bolt holes. So I'll be able to bolt it right in on the back side. And then I can make my down piece off just a piece of cardboard or something. It's just straight down with a little lip on it. So that's how I'll make that. So that'll get my wheel tub made, real simple. Got my door panels over here. They're basically all just touched up. All I'm gonna do is sand a little bit of filler I put on them. So mainly what I did is I primed them and sanded them with a heavy fill bondo, or fill primer. So anything that was really bad, see, stuff like this doesn't have to be fixed. It's real shallow, it's being wrapped, so. But anything that was deep, I did those, because if you got a gouge or something in it, it will show through. So I went and filled up that. I don't know if I'm gonna put a pad on it yet, that's why I'm doing this. If I put a pad over the top of it, none of it'll matter. But it's kind of one of those things that's undetermined right now. That's just the way my mind works. You take it in steps. I change my mind as I'm going. I'm prepared to, you know, do it that way. So I might pad it, I might not. Kind of be nice to have a pad on this top piece just because of wear. It'll keep it from wearing so much since it'll be soft. If I put an 1/8 inch on top of it, it might work good. Because this piece in here will have a 1/4 inch piece. This piece here will have a 1/4 inch piece of foam. So, and then the armrest, this gets a pad made for on top of it. So that'll be padded. So this could leave just as it is. Really won't need anything on it. So that's basically what we're doing right now. So we're gonna fix that back panel. I've got it all pre-fit. Everything's been gone over. We got all the bad spots fixed. This is going to be padded over, so I'm not worried about any of this. And then sand the pad. So I'm not worried about that. Mainly what I'm doing is I'm getting the placement for this hole for my access. Thinking about these side panels, if I want to do that or not. And then, you know, speakers can go right in there. I don't know if I'll attach a box to the back sides of these or if I do a box inside of it. I'm not really an audiophile. I don't jam my music so much, so it's one of those things. We'll see. I like to listen to engines. I don't like to listen to radio. So we'll get on that. But that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna get that so I can fit that in there and work on that back portion. Then we'll get to work on that dash. I'll put that in there again for molding out that dash. What else? I think that's it for right now. So let's do it. All right, there's my access hole. So go stick it in there, see how it fits, see how much room there is behind it. It kind of give me my next idea where to go here. Well, there it is, there's the hole. And we've got about 3 3/4 inches back behind here in this area. Up at the top, it's about 1.5 inches up here. When it's spaced out, it'll probably be 1 inch and maybe 1 3/4 inches. When you get the leather wrapped over, it'll bring that out a little bit. So this is all good. Pleased with that. There's enough room in there to get stuff in there. A few things. Put the speakers down around here. So basically from there down you have 3 inches plus. Oh, come here, pencil. Inches plus. All right, so you have that whole lower area that's got room in there. So I think if I do some sort of a thing right here, nice place to put a fire extinguisher, stuff like that. Jumper cables you can put it through. Not like you can probably ever need them, but it's always nice to have them. Fix a flat, since there's no way to run a spare tire with this. Get some fix a flat. Generally just stuff like that. All right, so that's good. Okay, here we go. We are going to start doing a little bit of interior upholstery work. So the first thing I'm going to knock out inside here is I'm going to put the headliner up. That's the worst and the dirtiest thing to do.